My beloved child. There is a moment unfolding around you right now, silent, invisible, yet powerful enough to shift the direction of your entire destiny. Someone very special in your life has already noticed something you thought nobody could see. And the way their heartbeat changed, the way their eyes froze, the way their breath stalled, it all happened the exact second they realized you're not the same person anymore. They feel it. They sense it. They're confused, shaken, and a little terrified, because the version of you standing here today isn't the one they believed they understood. Stay with me, don't move away from this message, because what they've noticed is far deeper than you think. A new energy has started radiating from you, an energy that wasn't there a few weeks ago, an energy that feels like quiet fire, calm on the outside, unstoppable on the inside. This person can't explain it, but they swear you've changed in a way that doesn't make sense. Your silence hits differently, your presence feels heavier, your aura feels brighter, and your absence feels louder. They've been watching you from the edges of their world, pretending they haven't noticed, but their mind keeps circling back to one truth: you have stepped into a power they never expected you to touch. Something about you is awakening, rising, preparing. And they know it's only a matter of time before the world sees it too. That's why their emotions are restless. That's why their thoughts are spiraling. They're sensing something huge approaching you. Beyond all of this, my beloved child, the biggest shock for them is not your transformation, it's what your transformation threatens. Because your strength is exposing their weaknesses. Your glow is revealing their shadows. Your growth is shaking the foundation of every lie they once believed about you. And deep down, they're scared of losing their place in your life. They're scared that the new you won't need them the way the old you did. They're scared that destiny is about to rewrite your story without asking for their permission. They don't know how to stop it, they don't know how to confess it, and they don't know how to handle the truth burning inside them. But what they noticed is only the beginning of what's coming next. My beloved child. Listen closely, because the moment this message begins, the air around you shifts again. The same special person who has been quietly observing your glow is now feeling something far more intense. Their curiosity has turned into obsession. Their confusion has turned into urgency. And their fear has turned into a silent prayer that you don't slip out of their life before they can understand what's happening to you. Stay with me till the very end of this message, because every second carries a truth they never expected to face. A powerful realization is hitting them harder every day: you're rising faster than they ever imagined. They can't figure out how you suddenly became so magnetic, so wise, so untouchable. They don't understand how you stopped chasing validation, how you stopped reacting to negativity, how you stopped shrinking yourself to make others comfortable. What scares them most is that you've learned the art of walking away from anything that disturbs your peace. You've become harder to manipulate, harder to read, harder to control, and that shift is shaking their entire world. They keep rewatching your actions in their mind, replaying your silence, decoding your energy, trying to figure out what triggered this transformation, but they keep failing, and that failure is driving them insane. Beyond everything, my beloved child, the part that's hitting them the deepest is your power to stay grounded even in the middle of storms. They've noticed that you're not the same fragile soul they once thought they could predict. You've developed a calmness that scares them, a confidence that stuns them, and a destiny that's pulling you forward faster than they can handle. They're terrified of losing you, terrified of being left behind, terrified that someone else will recognize your worth before they gather the courage to admit their feelings. And whether they tell you or not, they've already chosen to watch you more closely than ever, because something about you is awakening in a way that even they can't look away from. My beloved child. As this moment unfolds, the special person watching your rise is no longer just noticing your change. They're feeling it in their bones. Something about your presence has started pulling their attention in a way they can't fight anymore. Even when they try to focus on their daily life, their mind drifts back to you. Your silence echoes louder than words, your energy touches them even from a distance, and your growth is forcing them to confront emotions they tried to bury deep inside. Stay with me, don't blink, because what they're feeling right now is far bigger than they are ready to admit. A hidden truth is shaking them from inside. They underestimated your strength. They thought you were predictable, easy to read, soft enough to bend. But the person you've become, this powerful, calm, self-assured version of you, has left them speechless. They didn't expect your glow to rise this fast. They didn't expect your spirit to become this strong. And they definitely didn't expect your absence to hurt this much. The more you pulled back, the more they chased you in their thoughts. The more you focused on yourself, the more they felt the fear of losing access to your world. They've started noticing every tiny detail, your tone, your silence, your distance, your confidence, and each detail is pushing them deeper into realization. Beyond everything, my beloved child, the biggest storm inside them is this: they now see your value clearly. Not the value you tried to show them, but the value life itself stamped on your soul. They can feel your destiny stretching ahead of you. Bigger, brighter, higher than anything they imagined. And deep down, they're scared that someone else will recognize your worth fully before they gather the courage to step toward you. This fear is making them restless at night, replaying memories, rethinking choices, questioning themselves in ways they never did before. Because now they know, losing you wouldn't just hurt, it would break a part of them they never knew existed. My beloved child. The energy around this moment is tightening like a magnetic pull, because the special person watching you has crossed a point of no return. They aren't just noticing your transformation anymore, they're haunted by it. Every hour, every pause, every tiny shift in your mood hits them like a quiet shock. They never imagined that your growth would expose the truth they've been running from: you were never ordinary. You were never replaceable. You were never someone they could take lightly. And now, as your light rises higher, they're feeling something they can't ignore anymore, a deep, consuming realization that you are becoming the one thing they cannot live without. Stay with this message till the end, because this part carries the truth they fear the most. Their heart has started moving in rhythms they don't recognize. They catch themselves staring at your name longer, overthinking your silence deeper, and replaying your last conversation like a secret they can't let go of. Your energy is affecting them in ways they never allowed anyone to affect them. You appear in their thoughts even when they try to distract themselves. You appear in their dreams when they don't want to feel anything. You appear in the spaces of their mind that they kept locked for years. And the more they try to push the feeling away, the stronger it comes back. Because your growth is reminding them of something they tried to bury: you were always meant to rise before they were ready. And that truth scares them more than they will ever admit. But the deepest part of this, my beloved child, is the one they're trying hardest to hide. They know that if they don't move now, they will lose you to your destiny. They feel the universe pulling you into a higher chapter, and they're terrified that this chapter might not include them. They feel the shift in your aura, the peace in your silence, the confidence in your decisions. They see how you're no longer shaken, no longer controlled, no longer waiting for anyone to validate your worth. And it's pushing them to question everything: why they hesitated, why they stayed distant, why they failed to see your value sooner. Their chest tightens at the thought of someone else recognizing the brilliance rising in you, someone else stepping into your life, someone else walking beside you in the place they secretly wanted. Because now they know the truth burning inside them. You are the turning point in their life, and losing you would be a wound they may never heal from. My beloved child. The moment this message begins, something inside that special person trembles again, because they can feel you slipping further out of their old version of reality. They never expected your transformation to hit them this deeply. They never imagined that watching you rise would feel like watching a door slowly close while they stand frozen on the other side. Every time you choose silence, every time you choose peace, every time you choose yourself, it shakes them in ways they can't explain. You've become the one presence they can't predict, the one energy they can't replace, and the one truth they can't run from. Stay with me, because the next few seconds reveal what they've been trying to hide even from themselves. Their heart is carrying a weight that grows heavier every day. They're realizing that your strength didn't just change you. It exposed everything they failed to do. While you healed, they hesitated. While you grew, they doubted. While you stepped forward, they stood still. And now the distance between who you were and who you've become is terrifying them. They can't recognize this confident, calm, unstoppable version of you, and yet, they can't look away either. They're captivated by your glow, shaken by your silence, and humbled by your power. They keep checking if you still think about them, if you still care, if you still hold space for them in your heart, but the new you isn't predictable anymore. And that unpredictability is driving them into an emotional storm they never prepared for. But the deepest truth, my beloved child, is the one that scares them the most. They know destiny is pushing you forward, with or without them. They can feel life rearranging itself around you, opening new paths, pulling in new opportunities, sending new energies your way. They sense that you're stepping into a chapter too big, too bright, too divine, and they fear they won't be able to keep up. They're terrified that someone stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your new energy will enter your life and claim the place they were too afraid to protect. They're terrified that the version of you rising right now will outgrow the version of them that stayed comfortable in the shadows. And as this fear grows, one truth keeps echoing inside them like thunder: if they lose you now, they may never find someone like you again. My beloved child. The moment this part begins, the tension inside that special person reaches a point they can no longer hide from. Your transformation has become impossible for them to ignore. They feel it the second they wake up, the second they scroll through their phone, the second your name crosses their mind, which, lately, is far more often than they admit. You've become a silent force in their life, a calm storm that shakes them without making a sound. And the more you rise, the more they're forced to confront the truth they avoided for too long. Stay with this message till the very end, because what they're realizing right now is something even they never expected. Their emotions are tangled in a way they can't explain. They're confused by how deeply they feel drawn to you now, how strongly your presence affects their decisions, how loud the absence of your attention sounds in their mind. They thought distance would make them forget, but instead, it made them see everything clearly. They thought staying silent would protect their ego, but instead, it made them fear losing you. Every small move you make touches them in ways they can't control. Your confidence intimidates them. Your calmness humbles them. Your glow attracts them. And the version of you standing here today is forcing them to face the truth: they can't replace you, and they can't forget you. Not now. Not anymore. But the deepest storm rising inside them, my beloved child, is the one they've tried the hardest to hide. They can feel destiny shifting around you. They feel the universe rearranging itself to push you into a new chapter. One that might lift you far beyond their reach. And this realization terrifies them. They're scared someone new will see your worth faster than they did. They're scared someone more aligned will step into your light. They're scared that by the time they gather courage, you'll already be standing beside someone who recognizes your power instantly. Their chest tightens at the thought, their mind spirals, their emotions crack. Because for the first time, they understand the truth destiny has been whispering: if they don't move soon, they won't just lose you, they'll lose the chance to ever be part of the life you're rising into. My beloved child. As this moment unfolds, the special person watching you is finally reaching the breaking point of their silence. Your rise has shaken something inside them that they can no longer suppress. They feel a pull toward you that grows stronger every day. Stronger than their fears, stronger than their doubts, stronger than the walls they built around their emotions. Every time you choose peace, their heart stirs. Every time you grow, their soul tightens. Every time you step into your power, they feel a fear they cannot name. Stay with this message till the end, because what they're realizing now is the most intense truth of all. Their mind is no longer in their control. Thoughts of you come without warning. While they work, while they rest, while they pretend they've moved on. Your name echoes in the background of their life like a soft but persistent heartbeat. The way you carry yourself now, the way you choose silence over drama, the way you rise without noise, it's making them see you in a completely different light. You've become the person they never believed you could become: strong, composed, glowing with purpose. And that transformation is forcing them to face the truth they've been denying. You are not who they left behind, you are someone their soul can't stop searching for. But the most intense part, my beloved child, is this: they're starting to fear that they waited too long. They can feel destiny pulling you into a future filled with new faces, new opportunities, new connections. They can sense that your energy is attracting people who match your strength, your mindset, your spiritual growth. And it terrifies them. The idea that someone else might understand you better. Someone else might support your growth, someone else might stand beside you in the moments they abandoned, that thought hits them like a deep, silent earthquake. For the first time, they realize this isn't just about losing you, it's about losing the one soul who could have been the turning point in their entire life. My beloved child. The moment this part begins, the special person watching you feels a rush they can't control, because your transformation has reached a level they never imagined. You've stepped into a version of yourself that carries a rare kind of power, the power of calm confidence, unshakable self-worth, and quiet elevation. And this shift isn't just visible, it's undeniable. They can feel it in the way you speak, the way you move, the way you no longer react to things that once triggered you. You've become someone who walks with purpose, someone who doesn't chase, someone who doesn't break easily anymore. Stay with this message till the end, because every second of it reveals the truth they're trying hard to hide. Their emotions are spiraling into a storm they never prepared for. They didn't expect your silence to hold so much strength. They didn't expect your distance to speak louder than your words. And they definitely didn't expect your glow to hit them with this much intensity. Every time you pull back, something inside them pulls forward. Every time you rise, something inside them falls apart. They're replaying old conversations, old mistakes, old choices, wondering when exactly they lost the version of you they thought they had control over. What they don't realize is that your rise didn't take anything from them, it simply exposed everything they weren't ready to give. But the deepest truth, my beloved child, is hitting them right now with full force. You were never meant to stay at their level, you were meant to outgrow it. They can see destiny opening doors for you that they never imagined. They feel the universe aligning new opportunities around you, guiding you into a chapter where your energy will be recognized instantly. And that realization terrifies them in a way they can't put into words. Because now they understand that someone else, someone wiser, braver, more aligned, might step into your life and hold the place they were too afraid to claim. And the thought of that shakes them deeply. Not because they're losing a person, but because they're losing the rare soul who could have rewritten the meaning of their entire life. My beloved child. As this part begins, the special person who's been watching you from the shadows feels a pressure inside their chest that's becoming impossible to ignore. Your growth has reached a point where it no longer just inspires them, it exposes every insecurity, every hesitation, every unspoken feeling they buried. You've become a mirror reflecting everything they refuse to confront. And now, every time they think of you, a heaviness rises inside them. Because they finally understand that your transformation isn't temporary, it's permanent. Stay with this message till the end, because what their heart is whispering now is the most vulnerable truth they've faced. Their emotions are in a freefall. They can't escape the way your presence affects them, even from a distance. Your silence feels like a message. Your confidence feels like a warning. Your elevation feels like a countdown closing in on them. They see you stepping into alignment with your purpose, your power, your destiny, and it scares them more than any heartbreak ever did. They feel the difference in your energy, the strength in your boundaries, the clarity in your choices. You're no longer the person they thought they had easy access to. You're no longer waiting on them, hoping for them, holding space for them in the same way. They can feel the shift, and it's hitting them like a tidal wave they weren't prepared to face. But the deepest truth, my beloved child, is the one shaking them at the core. They can see someone new approaching your life. Someone whose energy matches your growth. Someone who won't hesitate the way they did. Someone who will value what they took for granted. They're terrified of that moment, terrified of the day they wake up and realize they waited too long, moved too slow, felt too late. Because deep down, they know that destiny is preparing to place you in the hands of someone who understands your worth immediately. And the thought of that breaks something inside them that they didn't know could break. They thought they had time. They thought you'd stay. They thought your heart would keep waiting. But now, they're realizing destiny doesn't wait for the unready. And neither do you. My beloved child. As this moment unfolds, the special person who once believed they could predict you is now standing in the middle of an emotional storm they can't escape. Your rise has become a force they can feel in their chest, a truth they can't outrun, a transformation they can't deny anymore. Every part of you, your calmness, your silence, your glow, your decisions, has shifted into a higher frequency. And now they're realizing the most painful truth of all. You're no longer within their reach the way you once were. Stay with this message until the final second, because what they're understanding now is the truth destiny has been whispering from the beginning. Their heart is carrying a fear that keeps growing with every passing day. They're afraid that the version of you rising today is too powerful for the version of them that stayed stuck. They're afraid that your heart is healing in ways that no longer include them. They're afraid that the universe is preparing you for a future they may never fit into again. And the worst part? They can feel that fear becoming real. They sense the emotional distance between you widening. They feel the spiritual gap expanding. They can see that your soul is moving forward faster than they ever imagined. And each step you take leaves them feeling like they're losing a part of themselves they never had the courage to fight for. But the truth hitting them hardest, my beloved child, is the one they've tried desperately to deny: you were the miracle they never recognized. Your presence was their calm. Your energy was their anchor. Your heart was the blessing they weren't ready to receive. And now, as destiny lifts you higher, they're realizing exactly what they're losing. They can feel someone new, someone aligned, someone meant for your future getting closer. Someone who will see your worth instantly. Someone who won't hesitate. Someone who won't lose you through silence, fear, or ego. And that realization is breaking them from the inside out. Because now they understand that losing you isn't just losing a person, it's losing the chapter of life that could have changed everything for them.